What's going on, everybody? So in this video, what we're going to be talking about is sort of the psychology behind fragrances, right? So I always have been a person who believes fragrance is bigger than just smelling good. Fragrance also can uplift your mood. Fragrance can also help us jog our memories on different people that we remember who had an impact on us, as well as different things from maybe our childhood. Even as we get older, certain fragrances, certain scents can kind of make us recall, make us remember things that have gone on in our life. So I always say fragrance is really one of the many things that kind of plays on our memory, on our mind, and it can really be a great heightener of certain emotions. It can kind of evoke certain emotions. So to understand the whole psychology behind it, the first thing we have to understand is the science behind smell. So with our sense of smell, with our sense of fragrances, our sense of smell is largely linked to the brain's limbic system, which controls our emotions and our memories. That's why a single whiff of fragrance or a perfume can transport you back to a specific moment or make you feel a certain way. So if you think about even taking it away from fragrances, right? The smell of freshly baked cookies or someone who you recall, someone who's had an impact on your life, like your parents, your grandparents, who had a certain smell to them, like, oh, my grandfather used to always smell like this certain cologne that was really probably peppery, masculine, right? Those emotions can kind of evoke a powerful response, whether it's joy, whether it's nostalgia, or whether it's calm, okay? So now understanding how the brain kind of helps us recall certain memories and certain moods and certain emotions, let's talk about the different types of moods and different types of fragrances that there are in the world. So the first fragrance type that we're going to talk about are the uplifting types of fragrances, right? So for these uplifting types of fragrances, these type of notes that you're going to find in these type of fragrances are going to be stuff like lemon, orange, and bergamot are often associated with the energy and the positivity of uplifting fragrances. They're perfect for when you need a pick-me-up, when you want to get your day started. So usually people use these type of fragrances for daytime wear when the sun is out. So you'll hear a lot of fresh and clean fragrances. A lot of daytime fragrances have notes of lemon, orange, and cedar, bergamot. So a really lemony, citrusy, fruity fragrance that kind of uplifts your mood, kind of wake you up. Especially if you're having a day where you're dragging, you wear a nice uplifting fragrance and it kind of can get your day started. It's not going to be the same as coffee, but it is something that can help you kind of wake up. So a fragrance like that would be this first fragrance we're going to talk about today. This one is from the brand of Rasasi, and this one here is called Rasasi Hawaii. All right, so Rasasi Hawaii is going to have that bergamot, that lemon, that cinnamon, and then also that apple in there. So really nice fruity opening. Then you're also going to have your watery notes. You're going to have some cardamom in there, but a really nice uplifting sort of fragrance that you can wear for the daytime. It's going to definitely uplift your mood. It's definitely going to wake you up, and it's a nice sillage, nice fragrance, and a nice compliment getter that you can have for the daytime, and a great lasting power too on in that fragrance. So again, uplifting fragrances usually going to lean towards the fresh side, the fresh citrus side, not necessarily the fresh spicy side, but definitely ones that will help you to kind of wake up, kind of jog your memory, kind of get your blood flowing, okay? So second fragrance type we're going to talk about are the calming and the relaxing type of fragrances, the relaxing type of scents. So if you're looking for a scent that helps you kind of unwind, helps you kind of relax, then you want something that has lavender, maybe sandalwood in there. So more floral, these type of fragrances are. And even the spices, you want kind of a calm spice, not a peppery spice. All right, these notes have been used for centuries to promote relaxation and also help reduce stress. So it's one of those type of fragrances. You're getting ready for bed, maybe you had a long day. You wear a nice calming scent, and that can kind of help you unwind, kind of help you de-stress, kind of help you detox for the day. Especially a lot of us are busy with our careers, possibly families, and so having a nice unwinding fragrance, a calming fragrance, can help you kind of decompress for the day, okay? Now, there have been studies on how lavender, as just a note of itself, helps reduce anxiety and helps with sleep too, which is really good, right? Vanilla and sandalwood also have calming effects as well as far as fragrance are concerned. So like you see a lot of aromatherapies, or when you go to doctor's office, if you go to a therapist, if you go to a counselor, a lot of those places have just lavender incense or lavender bombs, lavender kind of aromas that are in their room. The reason being is that those notes, those fragrances, those scents are tied to reducing and calming the mood and the setting, right? Now, a fragrance that kind of embodies this for me is this fragrance from here. This one is from the brand of Bulgari, and this one here is called Bulgari Rain Essence. So Rain Essence is gonna have that green tea, that white lotus, that gaiac wood, and a little bit of musk. Okay, so not so much vanillic, but definitely with the lavender, with the green tea, with that sort of floral nature that you can get, definitely helps calm the mood down. Definitely is one where it's got a nice presence to it. It's not gonna be overly fruity, overly spicy. It's just a nice, calm sillage to it. Another fragrance that I didn't have in the list, but one that I think would be a good choice too would be Jimmy Choo Man Intense as well. That one's more on the vanillic side. So if you want your fragrance to be calming but a little bit sweeter, you want a little bit more of that vanillic qualities, that would be a great choice where it's not overly loud, but you do get that vanilla, you do get a little bit more of that sandalwood in there, okay? Now, how do these calming fragrances affect the brain? Like I've mentioned, they just are good for sort of the comforting, sort of to help you feel more at ease and more relaxed, okay? So if you need a fragrance like that, definitely look for the more calming and relaxing scent, okay? Now, the next fragrance type we're gonna talk about are the more energizing and motivating fragrances, right? So sometimes we need something that is kind of your pick-me-up type of fragrance, right? Where you need to be able to be more extroverted, even if you have an introverted tendency. Now, these type of fragrances are gonna have notes such as peppermint, and spices like cinnamon, right? You want something that's gonna be a little bit more loud, a little bit more bold, a little bit more out there, okay? Now, if you're looking for a scent that will keep you focused and energized, you want something that has a level of mint as well. So mint, eucalyptus, to help stimulate your senses, right? They also are great for boosting your concentration. Spices like cinnamon and ginger are also known for helping with energizing effects. So those are some of the notes you can be looking towards. You can also research them, or you can go out when you go out to the store. A lot of kiosks will have the note breakdowns on the fragrances. So if you know, hey, I need something that would be something where I need to be more outgoing, a little bit extroverted, bang, you look for that. Now, for this video, the fragrance that kind of embodies this for me is this one right here, Versace Eros. Now, whether you go Eros Eau de Parfum, whether you go Versace Eros Parfum, or Eau de Toilette, any of the flavors really will work. But the reason why I love Eros for me is that mint, that tonka bean, that vanilla, and then that cedar as well, as it does have some ambroxan, so that ambroxan really helps with the projection of the fragrance. So definitely when you spray on Eros, you're ready to go. One spray, your mind is locked in and you're ready to tackle today's event. Cinnamon, not so much in that fragrance. If you want something with a little bit more cinnamon in it, then definitely you would go with something like Spice Bomb Eau de Toilette. Spice Bomb Extreme is gonna be a little bit more on the Christmas and wood side, but I know Eau de Toilette from Spice Bomb would be a really good cinnamon lavender fragrance that really is another uplifter, and it's not nearly as potent, not nearly as strong either. So I think a fragrance like Eros would be something that really will energize you, wake you up, and be able to motivate you, be able to kind of get you going, right? You smell a great fragrance, you smell it in the air, and you're just like, oof, kind of wake you up if you're having a bit of a dragger, okay? Then the last fragrance type we're gonna talk about are the more sensual and the more romantic fragrances. So when you talk about things that are a little bit more sensual and romantic, you want to think about something that is gonna be better for close encounters maybe. And so for those, you want notes like rose, like musk, like patchouli, which are often associated with intimacy as well as attraction. They create a deeper, more seductive aura in the room and in the presence and in the setting, right? Musk and patchouli in particular have a grounding, earthy quality to them that can stir up feelings of connection and attraction. These notes are often used in evening perfumes as well as in romantic settings, okay? So for example, I have this one here, and this one's a unisex fragrance, right? But this kind of encapsulates what we're talking about. This one here is from the brand of Lattafa, and this one here is called Lattafa's Bade Oud, and this one is called Sublime. All right, so Bade Oud Sublime is gonna have apple, rose, jasmine, vanilla, and patchouli, and it's a really nice, romantic, sensual fragrance with that rose, with that red fruit and the lychee, and then also with that jasmine, that vanilla, that moss. Really, men and women can both pull that fragrance off, but you're definitely gonna wear it for your sensual, your romantic settings, and it'll be really good date night fragrance. Definitely something for those close encounters and whenever you're having that time with your special someone. All right, so let's recap it. So you want a nice uplifting fragrance, bang, and come with this one here, Versace Hawass. You want a nice calming and relaxing fragrance, you want to go with this one here, Bulgari rain essence. You want a nice, uplifting, energetic, and motivating fragrance. Bang, Versace Eros. Lastly, you want your sensual and romantic fragrance. Bang, Badea Oud Sublime. Okay, there you go, guys. You got every setting. You got your energizing, you got your calming, you got your uplifting, you got your romantic fragrances. Remember always to be able to pick the right setting and the right fragrance for the right times. All right, fragrance is not just about smelling good, but it's also the proper setting, the proper times in which you wear a fragrance can really help expedite your comment pulling factor, and definitely you'll be the best smelling person in the room because your fragrance matches what you're using it and what you're having it for. Okay, that'll do it for today, guys. I appreciate all of you guys who listen, continue to support, tap in. I'm getting a lot of comments from you guys who are liking this sort of fragrance 101, this fragrance school sort of content. So comment down below any type of video suggestions you guys have, any requests you guys have, I'll get them done for you. Remember to like the video, remember to subscribe to the channel, and share this with a fellow fraghead, and we'll catch you on the next one. Much love.